So I've got the couple of questions. I watched Michelle's video and I got the questions from that. So I'm basically just answering the same questions and giving you my take on it. So prophetic what ifs. Question 1. You must throw away all your cards and can only keep one. So tarot cards. Which one do you keep? I would keep the Radiant Rider-Waite deck. That is the card deck that I use in all my private readings. On the YouTube channel, the daily tarot readings that I do, I use all different sorts of decks. I use the Osho Zen deck and the Cosmic Tarot and the Tarot of the Renaissance and the Atlantis Tarot and whatever else you can think of. But the one deck I always use in private readings is the Radiant Rider-Waite deck because it gives me the clearest messages. It's the archetypal kind of symbols that I can read most easily, so that's the deck that I use. Okay. Question 2. You're having a date and the person asks you for a reading. What do you do? So if I was on a date and the person did ask me for a personal reading, I would probably book another time to do it. I wouldn't do a personal reading on a date because, you know, that's work and I'm there for the date to get to know someone and to hopefully enjoy myself. So no, I wouldn't do it then and there. I would schedule in a time. Question 3, do the cards help if you're in a bad mood? Yeah, I mean, personally they do actually, because if I'm in a bad mood and if I put out 3 cards for myself or, if I put out 1 card or 3 cards, the cards will always kind of connect with what's going on right now. They will give me the opportunity to look at it in a different way. They'll give me an alternative way of understanding the situation, and always they flip things around for me. So yes, they do work if I'm in a bad mood. Question 4, if you could go back to age 15, would you change something? Yes, I would change a lot. I would, first of all, I'd reassure myself that things were going to be okay. I'd give myself a big pat on the back. I would skip going to university several times because I could have used my time a little bit better, I think. And I would have, the one thing I would do is say, listen, when you're 27, when you're 28, you're going to work as an astrologer and a tarot reader full time. So start focusing on that and start getting into that. I could have saved myself a lot of time. So I would change a lot. Yeah. I would also tell myself to stop smoking straight away because I smoked for a couple of years and it was stupid. I should have just stopped. Yeah. So I would have a serious talking to my 15-year-old self. Question 5. You ask someone to read cards for you and they tell you that you're on the wrong path. What do you think of that person? What do I think of that person? I think that person is possibly seeing something I'm not seeing. It's very possible for me to be on the wrong path. So I think I'd be grateful and I would evaluate my situation and actually have a think about whether I agreed with that and whether I was on the wrong path. And if I felt that I was on the wrong path, then I would be happy with that person and make the changes. If I thought about it and continued to think I was on the right path, then I would just ignore the input and go along my merry way. So I wouldn't really think of that person either way, but I would be grateful for the extra clarity and for the different perspective. Yeah, I would. Question 6. Your friends make a plan without you, but they're concerned that you'll find out because you're psychic. What would your reaction be? Okay, your friends would make a plan without you, but they're concerned that you'll find out because you're psychic. I would want to know why they're excluding me. Why are they making plans without me? I'd be very, why don't they want me there? And I would, if they're concerned they're going to be found out, because I'm psychic, then no. Those are not the kind of friends that I would have. First of all, I would like them to be open and upfront and honest with me. And if they didn't want me around, then I would like them to either address that with me, or I would like to go separate ways, because isn't that what friends do? They like to have you around. So if my friends made plans consistently without me, then I would see that as a major issue. If it was for a specific reason, like for instance, if it's for women or something and they want to have a girls' night and they're making a plan because they don't want any men there, then I'd understand that. But if it was consistently, let's exclude Greg, then I would reevaluate the friendship. Okay, question 7. There was a thief in your house, everything is in place, but all the prophetic stuff is away. What do you do? I mean, without being too glib here, I would call my insurance company to claim on my contents insurance because I've been robbed. Question 8. You lend your cards away and your friend returns them all messed up. What do you do? I wouldn't lend my cards out. My cards are like a very personal kind of part of my work. So I wouldn't lend them away because there would be a whole bunch of energy on them. And I know they're cards, but I've built up a really good relationship and I really trust the cards and the way they feel. Also, if they're all messed up, I don't like dirty cards. I like to have them quite clean. I did a reading for someone and I took my favorite deck and I went to their house to do the reading and I put it on the table, and afterwards they were all greasy and stuff, and I didn't like that. So I'm a bit like a clean freak anyway. So I would tell them to keep the cards and I would get a new deck. Yeah. That's it. Those are my prophetic what if questions.